What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always, spitting the hot topics and getting this sports conversation started. The Brooklyn Nets are all in the news right now. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. I want to focus on Kevin Durant. The saga continues. Let's get into it. So Kevin Durant's going to have the most spotlight put on him coming up in this next upcoming NBA season, rather. More so than the defending champion Golden State Warriors, more than LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, even Kyrie Irving, no matter where he goes, unless he still happens to be playing with Kevin Durant. You're talking about a guy who is the most, I would say, not hated on is the wrong word, but wrongly criticized by the general public for what he's done in his career as a superstar, a guy that has been misrepresented for his legacy, more so than anybody, any superstar of his caliber in the history of the NBA. What do I mean by that? Kevin Durant is the only superstar of his caliber that hasn't truly received the credit he deserves for being the best player on any great team he's been on. You go back and you look when he was on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They say he doesn't make players better, but he was the best player on that team, and they got to an NBA Finals inside of 5 years into his early career. But when he left, they said Russell Westbrook was the alpha. Russell Westbrook was more a leader than even Kevin Durant. He went to the Golden State Warriors, and that was in spite of, in Oklahoma City, the fact that he was league MVP. And when he went to the Golden State Warriors, even after being finals MVP 2 years in a row, the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, they all deserved more credit than Kevin Durant for the success the team had. So it's always the others more so than him. And then he gets to Brooklyn, and through unfortunate situations due to injury of his players, vaccine mandates and what have you, chemistry hasn't been able to be built, and they haven't been as successful as people would like. So then that's Kevin Durant's fault. The guy that doesn't make anybody better in the first place and has to depend on everyone else. When those people aren't dependable, it's his fault. So it comes at him from both directions. He was criticized for being in Golden State in the first place. Championships didn't count per se, as some would say, and told he shouldn't be there. But when he left and Golden State wins, he's been told that he should have stayed. Look what he left behind. And this hasn't happened a lot with great superstars. We look back when the great Wilt Chamberlain, who was an MVP of the league, went to go join Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Nobody called him a bus rider. He was part of the team, part of the machine that at the time won the most NBA games in a row in the regular season, broke an NBA record for wins in a season, and won a championship. When the MVP of the league in 1982 went in 83 to join the Eastern Conference champion, and the 1981 league MVP and Dr. J, nobody called Moses Malone a bus rider. He even was able to win league MVP in 83, win a championship, and was glorified for that accomplishment. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, the list goes on of the guys that have always had great talent around them and built dynasties with that talent, with them as the best player, and they receive that credit. Kobe Bryant, his situation with Shaquille O'Neal, a little different. He wasn't quite the best player that was Shaq, but nobody called him a bus rider per se. And Shaquille O'Neal, nobody called him a bus rider when he went other places. But Kevin Durant is the only. I challenge you to find anybody who's literally been the best player, and everybody will admit it, even the players on Kevin Durant's team, and say he doesn't make anybody better, he's not a leader, and he doesn't get any credit for any wins the team has, and definitely any rings that the teams have earned, regardless of what awards may be bestowed in. and what the players may think. This is what the fan base would say. So now we'll have to see what he does. My thought is he's going to make a move if Kyrie Irving is moved. I don't think he cares what people think at this point, because it's been proven that he really can't please the general public in that way. And he seems to just care about hooping and playing basketball. And he went to Brooklyn specifically to play with his friend, not just to go to Brooklyn. And if his friend is moving on to new things, and Kevin has said regardless of what happens, they're always still going to be friends, it won't change his relationship with Kyrie, but it'll change his relationship with the organization in Brooklyn, because he's about the business of basketball and just moving into a situation that's going to work with him, with teammates that's going to work with him. And he's already being highly recruited by Dame Lillard, and others are in the mix. They're talking about the Miami Heat, talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, talking about lots of teams that probably would want Kevin Durant's services. So what do y'all think about Kevin Durant, his legacy, and what's going to happen next? And what do you think a win, regardless of where he is, championship-wise, would do for him? And should he care? All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or hit the bell on YouTube. Let's go back and forth and talk about it. Let's get the subscribers up. Pass the information along if you like the sports talk I'm giving. Remember, I'm on Instagram as well, at the Vault JMU414 on Twitter. And of course, what's up, TikTok? Holla at y'all next time.